Ever felt like you're swimming in a sea of student loans with no life raft in sight? You're not alone. Millions of people are right there with you, wrestling with the same financial octopus. It's a murky world of interest rates, repayment plans, and looming deadlines, enough to turn anyone's dream of higher education into a waking nightmare. But don't despair. There's a beacon of hope shimmering on the horizon: the recent developments in student loan forgiveness. That's right. The powers that be have finally turned their attention to the plight of the indebted student. From targeted relief schemes to potential blanket forgiveness, it seems like the winds of change are beginning to blow. So, let's dive into the details about these recent developments in student loan forgiveness. The Biden administration has been active in addressing the student loan crisis. So what's cooking in their kitchen? Well, let's start with their targeted student loan forgiveness programs. These initiatives have been designed to address misconduct by certain schools. If you attended Corinthian colleges or ITT technical institutes, you might have already heard about this. These institutions were accused of misconduct, and as a result, the Biden administration has approved billions in loan forgiveness for their former students. To give you some perspective, former Corinthian students have seen $6 billion in forgiveness, while former ITT students have had close to $4 billion discharged. Now, let's talk about the Sweet v. Cardona settlement. This resolved a class action lawsuit over stalled borrower defense to repayment applications. Thanks to this settlement, over 250,000 borrowers are set to receive loan discharge. That's a lot of people getting a fresh start. However, it's not all smooth sailing. The Biden administration has enacted new rules for the Borrower Defense Program to expand eligibility for loan forgiveness. But these rules have hit a roadblock in the form of a legal challenge. The Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals has enjoined these rules, so it's a bit of a waiting game to see how this plays out. And last but not least, there's the forthcoming student loan forgiveness plan under the Higher Education Act. This plan aims to target borrowers who attended institutions with unreasonable debt loads or high default rates. It's still in the development stages, but it's expected to roll out in the next couple of years. So while it's clear that significant strides are being made, there's still a long road ahead. With these changes afoot, what does this mean for you, the borrower? Well, let's start with a glimmer of hope. Borrowers may be looking at a potential loan discharge under the Sweet v. Cardona settlement. This class action lawsuit over stalled borrower defense to repayment applications could result in more than 250,000 borrowers waving goodbye to their student debt. Now, doesn't that sound sweet? But hold your horses. The new rules for the Borrower Defense Program aimed at expanding eligibility for loan forgiveness are currently caught in a bit of a legal tangle. The Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals has put a pause on these rules due to a legal challenge. So as they say, it ain't over till the gavel drops. And speaking of legal challenges, the Biden administration's plan to pause student loan payments is currently under scrutiny, and the outcome could significantly impact borrowers. It's a high-stakes game of legal ping-pong, and we're all waiting to see where the ball lands. Looking ahead, the administration is also cooking up a new student loan forgiveness plan under the Higher Education Act. This plan aims to target borrowers who attended institutions with unreasonable debt loads or high default rates. The recipe is still being perfected, but it's expected to be served up in 2024 or 2025. In the midst of all this, there's one key takeaway: the landscape of student loans is ever-changing. While it can feel like you're trying to hit a moving target, it's crucial to stay informed and proactive about your own situation. While the landscape of student loans is changing, it's important to stay informed and proactive about your own situation. So, let's wrap up and tie this all with a bow. The Biden administration has been making waves with targeted student loan forgiveness programs, providing relief for borrowers who attended certain institutions. Strategically, they're addressing school misconduct and easing the burden for those who've been affected. The potential benefits are significant, with some borrowers receiving full loan discharge. But it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. The journey is ongoing, with new plans under development and legal challenges to overcome. Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to navigating the choppy waters of student loans. Stay informed, stay hopeful, and keep swimming.